I'm Benjamin Barlow, and this is the Bartell update for September 24th through October 8th. We have a special episode with two interviews, one with Balke, the producer for the Mercury Players Theater's Rapture, Blister, Burn, and Steve Noll, who is the director of The Boys in the Band, a StageQ production. Now, Rapture, Blister, Burn has opened up on September 18th, but it runs through October 3rd, so don't miss it. It performs in the EVU with Sarah Beth Honor as the director. The Boys in the Band will be performing in the Drury upstairs on October 2nd through October 10th. Strollers Theatre will be opening up their very British season with Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap, opens up on October 2nd. You can expect more information on a future Bartell update. For more information, you can always go to the Bartell's website, bartelltheater.org. And without further ado, to the interviews. So here we have, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Balke, and I am the producer of Mercury Players' September production, Rapture, Blister, Burn by Gina Gianfrido.
And it has opened on September 18th?
September 18th and runs through October 3rd.
Okay. Now, would you like to tell us what the production's about? Maybe a little bit about the synopsis, who's involved?
Sure. Kathy is a rock star academic feminist author, and Gwen is a brilliant wife and homemaker. And they were in grad school they were roommates. 10 years later, they get back together and lament that their lives they long for each other's lives. They think the grass is greener in the other woman's area, and so at one point in the play, they decide to swap lives, including Gwen's husband, Don.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting story.
Yeah.
So there are several themes involved with this production, and one of which is feminism and how it has changed over time.
Right.
Would you like to explain on that?
Yeah. Catherine she's an author. She's written several books outlining how feminism has changed throughout the decades. And she is actually when she comes into the play, she's going to be teaching a class on feminism, and she ends up within this class her mother, her former roommate Gwen, and Gwen's babysitter Avery. So you're getting a three-generational perspective on feminism and the feminist movement, and it's really very eye-opening, sometimes hilarious, and just a really interesting interchange of how feminism has changed and how slasher movies have come from horror movies, and it's a whole
history, the conglomerate of everything up until that point influencing how things are happening.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And funny. It's funny. It's really, really funny.
Now, are there any final thoughts you'd like to share? Anything you want to get the audience more excited about to see this production?
Well, other than the fact that it's packed with some of the most talented people to grace Madison stages, and it's a playwright who has won numerous awards for her brilliant writing. She's what you'd call an up-and-comer. And it's funny. It's just funny. You gotta come see it.
Go come see it. It has opened up on September 18th, but it's going on for 2 weekends after that.
Through October 3rd.
Absolutely. Go see it. It's more information. You go to bartelltheater.org. This has been Bonnie, producer, and I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, great.
Here we have Steve Noll, who is going to be the director for The Boys in the Band, production from StageQ.
Yes.
Yeah, so how about we start with you telling us a little bit about the production?
Play. Yeah. Well, the play itself is, it's kind of a famous or maybe even infamous play about a birthday party set in 1968 about a group of gay men coming together for a friend's birthday, and then an old college friend of the host crashes the party, basically, saying that he's just left his wife, he's very emotional, and he needs to talk to Michael, whose apartment it is. So there's this whole speculation as why he's there, and why has he left his wife, and what's going on. Part of it, of course, is, this is 1968, and everyone there are openly gay, but yet closeted. So, you know, when within the confines of their own friends, they can be themselves, but all of a sudden you throw this stranger in, that throws the dynamics off. And then as the night progresses and the alcohol starts to flow, secrets start to be revealed. And it culminates in a party game, a very vicious party game, where people's real true character elements are revealed. You know, all driving towards this central idea of, you know, why is Alan at this party? Why did he leave his wife? What's this big secret that he has? And I'm not going to tell you because you have to come see it.
Of course, you got to go see it.
Yeah.
Now, you were just telling me about how you had some themes that were very interesting, that are unlike any other production that you had before.
Yeah, so this play is about 50 years old now. It came out in 1968. So, and part of it, over the years, it's been very controversial because it does not portray gay men in a really positive way. I mean, at the time, it was groundbreaking because it was the first time that gay men had really been seen on stage as themselves. But looking back upon it, it's really easy to see that it reinforces the stereotype of gay men as kind of victims and a lot of self-loathing, a lot of self-hatred to themselves. I think it's been so long that it becomes a character piece, it becomes a history piece. So part of it is, that's almost part of the charm of the play now, is to see what it was like then. You know, we're setting the play 1 year before the Stonewall riots. So we're trying to work that into the show and say, this is what it was like before Stonewall. Think of how far things have come since then.
Some historical context.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that will help, you know, people who are saying, well, I've heard about the show, I don't want to see it because I've heard, you know, it's a really negative portrayal of gay men. I think if you look at it as the history piece, I think you can have a strong appreciation to it. Additionally, the script itself is a very strong script. And, you know, I still, just even in rehearsals with my actor, we can look at these characters and go, oh, I know this person in my real life. So, you know, they're not the self-loathing gay guy that of years past, but you can definitely see a lot of the insecurity and the other stuff that comes into play in the characters.
So the actors can identify with the characters, can really embrace that role that you see on stage.
But at the same point, we're making it very clear through our costume choices and our music choices that it's definitely 1968 New York is when this happened.
All right. Now, when does it open up? Can you tell us about that?
Yep, opens October 2nd and only runs 2 weekends. Closes on the 10th in the upstairs in the Drury stage on the big one.
All right, well, thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.